Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. No, no, no. Okay, be right back. And how about now? Can you hear me? Yes. Excellent. Well, welcome everybody. Glad to have you. I'm James, and this is the joining game. James Green's the joining game teacher student center link is now in the chat. You can go there. This is broadcast on YouTube, the stage and the chat as well on YouTube. Somebody asked me to change that. Can I change the name of my event? I probably can. Edit the channel. Live on YouTube. Oops, well, that was the channel name. How do I change the class name? Anyway, that's good enough. Let's open up the stage. Allow requests from everybody. The joining game is a place to join on what we have in common. Play to integrate our differences for the purpose of learning. Where's the streaming? It's streaming to my YouTube channel. If you want to know where that is, you can go up, scroll up to where I posted my link to James Green's The Joining Game. I have links to my previous classes there. We can talk about whatever you like. I wanted to talk about free speech, but this is not my class. This is your class. I'm here to serve you to the best of my ability, and I want to know what you want to talk about. If you don't know what you want to talk about, that's okay too. We can do technical English. We can also do conversation, open conversation. We can do a lot of things. Reading, role plays, philosophy, psychology, history. Flaquido, you want to come on up? Muna, it's first time to join with me? Well, welcome. Where's the streaming? How are you guys? Hi, everyone. What's the topic of today? Emily, we're going to decide what the topic of the day is together. Topics usually change. Really, the best way to know the topic is to check with yourself and see what you're interested in talking about, and then you bring yourself in. That's how we'll talk. You also might think more specifically about your goals for being here. Obviously, people are here to learn English. And then more specifically, what about English, or what way would you like to learn English? I love doing open conversation. I admit that I'm totally biased against doing open conversation. I find it the most interesting, um, and that might not be what you're here for. That might not be what you're interested in, and that's okay, because this is not meant to serve to satisfy everybody. Cart says, let's talk about multicultural exchange and why it's important to stay in the multicultural community. Emily, my first time. Oh yeah, my first time to join. Is this on YouTube? Yes, it is on YouTube. Kishi. Not that I have a huge YouTube following. It's about 500 or 600 people. Maybe gets 100 people watching. But just so you know, so you don't come on and then say, hey, you tricked me. Can you post the link in the chat? I posted the link to my class in the, well, yes. Can I do it? Okay. Yes, I'll do it. Are people shy? Hi, M4NAF.
Hello.
No, Will, welcome.
Hello, Mr. James. How you doing?
Great. It's true, Vodka. It's not live streaming. It'll record into my private channel and then I'll review it and then release it. So you have the previous link. You have the link to previous classes up, but there's no link to this live class. It's not live. It's just being recorded. Wally Sajid, come on up. Ahmed, Flakito, come on up.
My
Hello,
English is
Mr. James.
Great.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, what
going.
you doing, Mr. James? I hope you have a
You
well.
hope what? That I'm having a good day? Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
Good
kind of
evening,
you.
Mr.
Thank
Green.
you.
I don't know what time is it
It's
there,
10 in the
but
morning. 10
Hello,
a.m.
guys.
yeah. Oh yeah. So good morning, Mr. Green. It's late here, so I was saying like good evening.
It's night in our
Yeah.
in our country.
My time zone like 5 p.m. So good evening, good morning, whatever.
I'm just gonna say hello then. Hello to all of you.
Yeah.
Here we
Hello.
are, together at last
Hello, bro.
again. I look forward to this class every week.
Oh, that great.
Yes.
But my English is weak. It's fine if I be in this
Oh
record.
yeah. Oh yeah. You let me
Yeah,
worry
my
about
English,
that. You let
my
me worry
English is
about that. I am open to it.
I think there's a connection problem.
You think there's a connection problem? Am I lagging?
No,
I
no,
think
no.
so.
He's
Sort
good.
of
No,
you're
sometimes.
fine.
Hi,
Hello.
Calico Nirvana.
But he's
Good.
not lagging for me.
Just call me as Toby. It's just it's Toby.
I have kind of like a question. How frequently do you do such meetings?
How do I what?
Because it's
How
my first
often?
time to stay here.
I think yeah.
Yeah, how
Once
often
a
do you
week.
do such meetings?
The event the
Okay.
event is
Understood.
described in the events channel. So if you want, you can click interested and you'll get updates on the event, or you can check the calendar in the events channel for the exact time and the time of the other classes. But yes, it's once a week on Sunday.
Okay, gotcha.
So here we are together. What would you like to talk about?
Yes.
Where would you like to go in our minds?
Let's talk about how to choose topic.
Let's talk about our study and future.
Say your name, and if you say your name, I will recognize you as having the floor, and then I will protect you from being interrupted, so we can talk one at a time and make it easier to understand each other. So just say your name if you want to speak. I'll recognize you, and then we'll
Calico.
Calico, go.
Yeah. All right. So the topic is study and future, right?
Topic is whatever you'd like to talk about.
Oh, I don't know. Some people will like it, but I just want to talk about the future of colonization. Like maybe what will happen in the future of colonization, like maybe colonizing Mars or other celestial bodies.
Far out.
Well,
The future of colonization,
Yeah, his English.
colonizing Mars and other celestial bodies.
it.
Keep going, Calico, if you want. And when you're done, say anyone else.
So, okay. So what I'm thinking is, the man, maybe if there are other things we could colonize, our highest thing would be Mars, but it's going to be pretty hard to do that in my opinion because there are some circumstances where Mars is almost uninhabitable. Its temperature or its environment, like also what other useful substances are there in Mars? I mean, like it's pretty deadly out there and it's also in space, so it's going to be very hard to breathe in there. So if people want to colonize Mars into the future, they need to really think about it really hard.
Say anyone else if you're done, and let's see if other people are interested in exploring this idea. Anyone else interested in exploring this idea?
Hello,
Ed.
Mr. James. This is Ed, and I would just like to elaborate on
Yeah,
what he
go.
said. Yeah, I was thinking of the same topic, but on a different matter. Like, if ever humans will be in Mars, who will lead? Like, who is gonna be our president from which country? Is it gonna be Elon Musk or somebody else? So, yeah, this is a very interesting topic that he got. That's it. Thank you.
Who's going to lead on Mars? Elon Musk or someone else? Anyone else?
Probably Elon Musk, in my opinion.
Who's that?
Me.
Me.
Calico?
We're all me. He's me, and she's me, and you're me, and they're me. You think that it's going to be Elon Musk?
Yes, because he is the owner of very high-tech companies like Tesla and SpaceX. So there could be a potential he could assist our world into further space exploration.
You think it's going to happen very soon, like within our lifetime, within his lifetime?
No, in
But
the future,
I have
maybe
an
like
objection.
in a couple of years.
Wait, listen. Like, if we like go to Mars, then Elon Musk probably will die. Like, he would be too old.
I think it's a question of the next 10, maybe 20 years. I think he'll stay alive. Anyway. But frequently speaking, guys, I think that colonization of other planets is a wrong focus for us at the moment because we have like a lot of problems on the Earth that we should find a solution to at first, and only after think about colonization of Mars and so on. Because like in this way, we are kind of like running out from our problems, and as for me, it's wrong.
So you're focused on our problems back on Earth.
Oh, no
You're,
voice.
and
There's no voice.
There's no.
I think the president would be like the next owner of SpaceX.
What?
Can you hear me?
Oh no, fix it. No voice.
Yes, we can hear you. I can
thank
hear
you.
you.
So you, I didn't
Loud and clear, Mr. Green.
hear who it was, but somebody is more focused on the problems back on Earth as a priority rather than putting attention to Mars colonization. Who was that?
It's Sayat Samatic. That's my
Mm.
nickname.
So when you say that, is that your preference to fix problems on Earth and make Earth more habitable rather than making Mars habitable?
Yeah, that's my opinion. Because if our system on Earth is wrong and anyway will lead to climate catastrophics, it will go in the same way on other planets also. So at first we should like fix ourselves, and only after move to other planets. I mean,
Yeah, so if we have a system of civilization on Earth that is problematic, we will replicate the same problems on planets that we colonize. And so you think you want to get our affairs in order here before we spread out. Makes sense to me.
yeah, all
Makes
right.
sense to me.
I have something to say for my point on like trying to make Earth habitable, I guess. Like, think about it. It's gonna be very hard to do that because there's an overpopulation amount of people, and in the future, we will not know how many numbers or a pattern on how many people were there be in a couple of years. So it's gonna be hard for, I don't know, like the natural resources to get because people will always try to take them because of overpopulation. So it's gonna be hard to get those materials, in my opinion. So I think it's
Yeah,
better,
you're
like in
right.
the future, in the far future, we could possibly colonize Mars.
Yeah, we are like going to Mars to become good. Like,
But the thing is that Mars is also very far away. So it's gonna take a lot of time to develop that technology to go at a certain speed just so it can reach Mars in a normal amount of time, like how airplanes are. Maybe like 12 hours, like any time.
Yeah, but humans can't even live in the surface of Mars.
But
They should live underground.
it's possible, like in spaceships, you could change oxygen. You can make oxygen artificially. It's like a chemical reaction.
Rana is here. May
Rana,
I summarize? Hello, Mr. James.
go for it.
Okay, so Calico, if I've got the picture properly, you mean that since the resources on the planet Earth they are depleted and we are facing overpopulation, it would be an efficient solution to move to Mars. So, do you think that, or let me share my insight instead of questioning you. So I don't think the problem of our planet is the limited resources. It's about the hegemony or the monopoly of some corporations over these resources. So there is no justice in distribution of these resources. And secondly, it's about the way that we invest or exploit these resources. Moreover, regarding what I forgot his name. Actually, I'm beside him. So yes, instead of leveraging all this wealth and studies to inhabit other planets, it's better to harass, what we call it, let's say, to use those money and studies for the sake of our planet Earth. It's good to explore the universe, to know more about this enigmatic world around us. But if we couldn't actually preserve this planet, how can we protect the other galaxies? Anyone else?
Let's just
Sorry,
say
sorry.
another thing.
One more thing. Regarding Elon Musk, I don't think he has this good intention. He is innocent and he is just curious about helping the humanity. Maybe they will also take over those planets and manipulate people on these new galaxies or whatever. So we cannot escape their greediness. Thank you. Anyone
Well,
else?
I just want to say something. What evidence do you have on thinking that Elon Musk isn't that good as a person?
I'm going to interrupt that question and say something about the system I use for having conversations here. It's a little bit different than the Wild West. When we have a question that's like a challenge or a difference or a disagreement, I suggest something else rather than putting it back onto the person. First of all, I want you to get clear when you're asking a question. Are you making a challenge, like a disagreement, or are you actually asking for information? This is something that I'm going to call predatory curiosity. It's a way of asking somebody to answer us so that we can refute them. Um, and I think it actually gets in the way of us having a meaningful conversation. I'm not saying don't ask for evidence, don't be skeptical. I want you to use your critical thinking skills, but I want us to get away from getting into a gridlock, like a head-on-head collision where our conversation doesn't go anywhere. So my solution is, if you have a question like, what's the evidence for Elon Musk having bad intentions? Just ask it to the whole group and really decide who you want to hear the answer from. Maybe you really want to hear the answer from yourself, right? What evidence do we have? I'll tell you, there's no evidence. Fine. Or you want to hear from the other person and you let them talk and we don't interrupt them. We let them talk, we get the answer. Or we ask everybody and it kind of distributes the energy among the group and maybe we'll have different answers. So that's why I'm interrupting this form of question, because it becomes a one-on-one and we're having a group conversation. Back to you.
Okay, so I just have a question for anyone or everyone. Do we have any evidence that Elon Musk has bad intentions for colonizing Mars or any other celestial bodies?
Now, Calico, great. How does it feel to ask that question? Because it sounds to me like in your voice you've got a lot of passion. Is that right?
Yes.
Great. I love passion. Passion is welcome here. Let's see if we can get an answer for you.
Well, I'm not analyst, and I cannot actually put myself into Elon Musk's brain. So I'm not I don't know about his real intention, but we observe his attitude, we observe his reaction, his strategy regarding his ambition. And we cannot deny all those people who comment and share their interpretations and learn from the history and share their predictions. So it's not about competition. They don't envy him. They are showing realities. So he is a businessman. At the end, we cannot deny that businessmen, they don't prioritize humanity over their wealth and well-being or whatever. Anyone else?
Yes, Vodka here. I would like to support Raina's statement by wait, who's
Yes,
asking
Rana.
before?
Yes, Rana.
About
Calico asked the question, Rana
no,
answered.
before Rana.
Calico.
Okay, I would like to support Rana's but I would also like to ask like Calico. So
Okay.
Calico, do you agree if I said Elon Musk has power?
I'm going to interrupt
Like
this
power
again.
in money.
It's going back into the dynamic that I'm averting from. Just ask me or the whole group, because if we go into this this question,
Okay. All right.
let's just look at what the question is first, okay? So what's the question, Vodka?
Yes. So I do agree and I do believe that Elon Musk is a man of power. He has the power to build SpaceX. He has the power to build business. He has the ability to go to Mars. So I think the answer to that is yes, Elon Musk could possibly do such horrible things that you asked before, like colonizing other planet or other humans or other living species. And I also heard about a theory. I don't know. There's a saying from someone. I don't really remember the name, but it says like this: power tends to corrupt. Absolute power corrupt absolutely. And I think Elon Musk is a man of power, so he tends to corrupt. That's what I know, what I think of. That's it.
Now, thank you so much, Vodka, and thank you for demonstrating that you didn't have a question. You see, when I asked you what is the question, you gave up talking to Calico and you just shared your opinion, which is what I think will bring us forward. So great. Back to you.
Okay, so Calico here. So after I did some research on Elon Musk's and what his goals are, and he said, I state, making humans live on more than one planet. Musk started SpaceX with the revolutionary goal of making space flight affordable and environmentally friendly, so that people could live in more than one world. So this could tell that Elon Musk may have a good heart inside, but it will be very hard to beat what people on their perspective on what they think of Elon Musk. But it's going to be very hard to make Elon Musk show his true intentions.
Great, Calico. So you have a little bit of a different opinion, but we're sharing that into the pool. And so anybody can bring it in, you can share your opinions, and we don't go into a back and forth of challenging the person. We challenge the ideas by speaking to everybody, and then our case, everybody gets to hear our case. Go ahead.
Okay, just a question to everyone. What is your perspective on Elon Musk and his intentions, or what his true intentions are?
Mehrab here, something comes to my mind about the fact that if a person have so much power, you need to make sure that person is gonna do good things. Okay, maybe we don't know that if that person really wants to do bad things, but because they have the power, in this case Elon Musk, so it's possible to do bad things. So it's better to prevent danger.
Okay, so yeah, this here, and I really agree with Mihrab, and I would like to say that, and because of this, on the planet Earth,
You broke up there. We may have lost him, or you may have lost me.
according to the things that Elon Musk does on Earth, I think it will be wrong to give the world power to himself, to give him an ability to make decisions by his own. So I think if we talk about such like huge event as colonization of another planet, I think at least a group of people should control it, not only Elon Musk.
Hello. Something that I'd like to convey, still regarding to the topic of intentions of a single person in power. This is also related to a statement by Rana before, as I've noticed. Actually, in college, in business major, we learned something about CSR, which means corporate social responsibility, or CER as well, environmental and responsibility. So this is not regarding about intentions or anything, but even if regardless of what his true intentions is, it still has to go through HR or public relations or ethic department before it can be executed as an entity. That's a small part of it, but actually the guideline is we or the corporate has to give to the environment and the society to better for every party, because what they give will only get back to them. That is the basic of CSR here. This thank you for your time.
Rana is here. So I like to sum up what he was saying. You mean that it's part of their responsibility to serve their society and to do the best for the betterment for their country or companies. Did I catch your drift?
I think that he left the stage. He's maybe coming back on the stage
Okay.
now. Ross
Yes.
or Himmel?
Yes, thank you. Yes, I
Okay.
confirm that is indeed the case. Throughout the ages, human learn how to do better things, and even knowledge they improve and develop per time. And this is also the result of years and years of development as an entity, company, business, how people do business. And this is a corporate responsibility. Actually, basically, if we stay true to the books, they will have to give to the society and environment to avoid major repercussions.
Yeah,
That's
so the thing, there are some laws which are stringent to frame to restrain those people from outlawing and manipulating people for their sake. But the thing, how much they are ready or prepared and genuine into implementing those approaches and respect their limits and participate for the betterment of their society. The second thing is there are many ways to rig documents and to give a fake version or picture about themselves, that they are honest, they are loyal to their society. Back to Elon Musk, I don't know why the conversation is centered or is pivoting around Elon Musk. I mean, there are many other people who are interested into this same subject regarding the discovery of the of the life on other planets. But I'd like to give you an example regarding Elon Musk's attitude. As I said, I cannot know his true intention, but we can learn and we can infer from his attitude. So, for instance, he owns SpaceX, I think, or it was called Twitter, and he changed his policy regarding the tweets. So if someone was tweeting or sharing some posts which are against Zionism or talking about Free Palestine or whatever, they started to use the algorithm and ban those posts. So if he can't or he decided to misuse his own platform in such sensitive case, we can expect more cruel stuff from him regarding more important stuff like inhabiting other planet. Anyone else?
Yes, I was actually about to brought that things up about Twitter turning into an X by Elon Musk. So yeah, that is also one of the case and proof of power tends to corrupt. So Elon Musk has the power, he has the money to buy Twitter and turning it into an X. It's called X now. I don't know, but I'm still calling it Twitter. Um, yes, the reason why he bought one of the reasons why he bought Twitter at first because he's supporting a free speech, and now he owns Twitter, turning it into an X. He's just like what Rana said before. You know, he's deleting like some tweets regarding people supporting Palestine or other politics, which means he doesn't give free speech. So yeah, that's it.
his actions must have caused his PR department to work overshift. I mean that is not sustainable for a long time. If we are talking about a decision made by a group instead of one person, unless I'm missing something here, like he owns 100% of Twitter or X in this case by himself, or if it's a shared thing.
So
That also depends.
I
That's
have a
my thing.
question because I said at the beginning I was interested in talking about free speech, so I'm glad that the topic came to free speech. Um, from what I know, before the platform was taken over by Elon Musk, Palestinians were being censored. There were a lot of people being censored, but Palestinian voices were being censored. Now, I haven't heard, I've heard of a few cases. I don't think that Elon Musk is a great supporter of free speech, but I do think it's the platform has become more open to free speech with his purchase. So I'm very interested to know of specific examples of silencing people on the new platform X. I know there are examples. I won't be surprised if you give me some, but especially examples of Palestinian voices being censored on X. If people know of those, please send them to me.
Hey, Calico here. I just want to ask if I'm allowed to change the topic. Is anyone here is anyone here free for like a change in topic? I just want to like ask.
Great, Calico. Great asking. I will do a poll.
Assalamu alaikum.
I will do a poll for you. Are you ready to change the topic? And let's see if people are. Yes or no. Are you ready to change the topic?
So we cannot answer live. We have to.
Well, you can, but it won't be counted as easily. I suggest you answer. If you want to do it live, both put it in the chat, in the poll, and also talk about it.
Okay, after done.
Okay.
By the way, if I agree with Kalkiko, and I have a suggestion, guys. If you don't mind, you can take it into consideration, or you can just overlook it. And it's about Mr. James Green.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you there. Hold on a second. Not because you're talking about me, but Calico was doing the work of asking. So I don't want, Ron, I don't want you to steal that from him, steal his thunder, right? Calico may have something he wants to talk about first. So so Calico, you got your answer. You got 13 yes and 4 no. I think there's a lot of support for changing the topic. So go ahead.
Okay, so in my response, what I think I would like to suggest for a change in topic is AI and its future impact on our world or on anywhere. So what I think, in my opinion, is that there's a possibility that AI could possibly take over the world in a weird statement, but it's going to be a hard chance for that because there are hard things to teach for AI, because some things are better with humans, and AI, they cannot feel anything, they cannot touch anything, or they could do anything except for telling information or anything mentally, like doing your homework or like doing your job resumes or just anything. So I just want to ask everyone here, do you think
hello.
So are you asking us if we'd like to talk about AI?
Yes.
Yes.
Mohammed,
going?
please, can I speak, please?
Can we let Calico talk?
Calico, I'm defending. Calico, I'm defending you from interruptions. I put the gentleman Mohammed in the audience. He can come back later, but keep going until you're done, Calico.
Okay. So I have a question for everyone. Do you think AI could possibly replace us in a specific period of time? Do you guys think so?
Did we agree to bring up this topic to discuss it, or
Rana,
not yet?
Rana, the way that we work is, he asked to change. We don't vote on the topic. We simply vote on the change. He got approval for the change, so it's good. So if you don't like it, it's
Okay.
too bad for now until you ask the same question. Can we change it?
No, I'm into everything.
Great. So then go.
It
So then
makes
join.
it
Your
useful.
job is to join Calico now. Rana.
Okay, and yeah.
Hello.
Probably I can.
I'd like
I
to.
What was
can
your question?
Okay, please go ahead.
okay, thank you. Recently I've been watching a video of a creator of an AI, and his words were that we created an algorithm for AI to evolve itself, but we can't control it. And the dangers of AI is that in the future, and at this moment, we can't control it, and we don't know how it will transform itself in the next 10 years. Probably, it will be possible for himself to multiplying robots that will be a presenter of it.
Yeah. Still in regards to Calico's question, if you may, Calico, I'd like to tell everyone here about my experience regarding AI, especially regarding to my job. Just for FYI, I work in logistic, and even at this point, there is the largest port in China right now. Usually, port you see people moving around, operators, all sort of large vehicles, blue collars workers. This point, the largest port in China, there are no single person in that port, completely controlled by AI. Completely controlled by AI. So no single person controlling the movement of containers. This is already happening, and we were both amazed and terrified because this can affect. This is a small example of what you are talking about, Calico. They are already replacing the the jobs of certain group of people that was there, and as a result, resulting in unemployment, massive unemployment in logistics at the port. And on the other hand, it helps me personally as I am learning other language. It completely negates my need of paying expensive tutor. I can just use ChatGPT, for example, to learn language as of right now. So a bit of both words, actually. So I agree with you that matter.
Rana is here. So, Rotter, you were saying that AI had led to increase the unemployment rate, but at the same time, it is beneficial for education and for other jobs, right?
Exactly. You can look at the video. Actually, there's a video on YouTube documenting this whole
Mhm.
thing, replacing blue collar workers at
Yeah.
ports.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Calico here. Okay, Calico here.
I didn't
So,
oh
oh,
my
sorry,
God.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I've understood him. So the thing, yes, AI is in everything in our life. We cannot actually deny that, and we benefit from it a lot. Definitely, it is already replacing many jobs, and it will cancel other jobs in the future. I believe that AI will replace us in some realms, in some fields, but it will create other jobs maybe. The founder of AI in Google, when he won the Nobel Prize, he actually shared many insights about the dangers of AI. It's already infiltrated in business, in banking, so it will decide if we can get a loan or not. The algorithm will make their prediction regarding our life, all the aspects of our life. For someone like me who is not a tech savvy, I cannot conceive my future. How will I deal with AI if I will become a jobless, or if I will be capable of modifying myself, developing myself, and go with the stream of this technological advancement. Anyone else?
Yes, category here. So there are some areas where AI could be a lot beneficial or could be possibly good, and that is the media. Because after in my research, I see that YouTube uses various machine learning models. So these machine learning models help out with the algorithm, like this, just to see what you like and see a pattern. But also it's used in other medias to detect inappropriate or spamming messages. So yes, I may think it's beneficial for content and media. But what I'm very scared at is medical. Because now, yes, robots are a current thing now. Like, you see, like, one case where there was like a boy and he had like a robot do surgery for him. Even though it may work, it's gonna be very hard to do that because think about it, it's gonna take lots of tests. And how are we gonna do those tests? Test subjects. Well, it's going to be very painful for that, obviously. And also medical students, because see my friends use AI just to help further history work or just to help with math things instead of learning them themselves. And they just let AI do it and they just copy down the information. And it may be pretty bad for the medical industry and area, which is why I'm very scared of it.
Hello, can I join to your discussion?
Yes.
So, my name is Timer. So, regarding this AI situation around the world, and where everyone, I guess, is witnessing that AI is already taking over some jobs and replacing human in some areas. Like the owner of Meta has just recently stated that in his company, the AI is already replacing some like basic jobs of human, and yes, it's all we see that it's already like impacting. It has huge impact, um, not only on replacing in the case of replacing jobs, but also on motivation of people. For example, for now, I have no like say motivation to invest my money and time to coding, for example, because it's quite obvious that we in the next decade or uh, sometimes in the future, uh, the, we will not be we don't have to coding like we are used to, but we will use like language instead of coding language like HTML, SSL, and etc. So that's why it's not only impacting like um, I mean it's not only replacing the jobs, but it also has a huge impact on our motivation.
Hi, can
Rami,
I join the discussion?
Go ahead, Emily.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, it's like AI have a lot of beneficial for us, but I really concerns about one situation. It's like some cheater, they can use your family's voice or some information about your close friends to trick you, and it's like they can use something technology and mimic their voices or even the image, or it's like if you call them and there are a bunch of information you're familiar with and it's all the review, and it's like I think AI have a lot of issues with our security, and it's definitely really great for our lives. Like if you got some problem with your homework or with your own life, you can just go the chat GPT or something. It's nothing harmful, but when it comes to security, you can even to make sure of your safe, and it's really make you concerned about your own life.
Rana is here. So, Emily, you were saying that regardless of the benefits of AI, it could be used to blackmail or intimidate other people by faking the voices of their children, or maybe make some morph images or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but yeah.
So at the end, we cannot escape artificial intelligence, but it's about the ethics. What are the laws and the ethics which run or control those AI owners and machines? Timer, you've said something about coding. I believe that some of the pioneers of AI, they said that in the future, they wouldn't hire programmers. There will be machines or programs to create codes for their owners. Regarding the media, Calico, actually they are using the media to promote some particular topics, which could be decent or could be dangerous. But in the medical field, we cannot escape from the incorporation of AI in the medical field for the sake of the patients. However, those patients, they need the paramedics, they need the physician to support them emotionally and to observe the accuracy and the performance of those machines. So it's up to us and to the owners of those AI, how much are they gonna, let's say, deploy the ethics and respect the sanctity of a human. Anyone else?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. I could, by the way, my name is Paul. I just wanted to say that it's obvious that AI will be used to wrongdoings as well as it's going to be used to doing good things. So from the perspective, you could say that it's going to be used to scam people as well as to treat people, their medical condition and so on. So it's both good and bad sides of the situation, which of course provides for different type of people. It could be criminals. It could be people that are, let's say, sick. It could be healed, and so on, so on. But it's a natural way of development. You cannot take just a good things with those bad things. So there's some kind of correlation in between them, which is inevitable, but it will exist in the confines of the society. It will exist in the confines of the world. Anyways, no matter what we do, it will be like that somehow. Thank you.
Well,
Okay,
Mr.
Hello.
James asked a question in the chat. I don't know if he'd like to bring it up on
Sure,
the
yeah.
stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I asked in the chat a poll, do you use AI to learn English? And we have 8 people saying yes, 3
Sir
people
James,
saying no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now we are
James,
using AI for English. We are using Discord.
can
And
you
I've downloaded a lot from ChatGPT to help me, to assist me to improve my writing skills and prepare lessons for my students. So yes, regarding learning English and other stuff, it is very efficient. Anyone else?
Never use it.
Yeah.
Never used it before.
You
Okay,
never used it
Calico
before.
here. Okay, Calico here. So, when I did some research while people were speaking, and it says that is AI good at making music? It says while AI may not and may never produce music better than a human can, it can currently make acceptable music at far greater speed and scale. So there's a potential scale where AI could be better than at a human making music, and still AI could be replacing people making music. And yes, so what I heard from my brother, like when I was on vacation, it was that it's very hard to be a successful musician because like there's tons of musicians and people are just gonna be more forward into like the better musicians like Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, but yeah, so there's a possibility that AI is gonna replace all those people who work hard for their music, and well, we aren't just suspecting that it was made by AI. So it's a really easy way for AI manipulating our minds into thinking it was made by someone else. And funny thing is that people, if I remember, there's like really realistic videos on people using AI to make the most realistic videos ever. It looks like it was recorded actually, but it's not. It was actually made by AI. So, yes, in my opinion, I think AI will manipulate our minds in the future. So, just a question to everyone. Do you think AI could possibly manipulate those in their surroundings?
Calico, I have a question for you. Do you use AI to learn English?
No, because a story was that we were making like a story on like cultural, like about like culture, and like what I did was on like the Japanese train map, but he said that do not use AI. He said that the criteria was to have it just take in one moment. And he told us that AI, if I remember, does more than one moment, and also that he can check if it's made by someone like a student or not, but he can tell the difference from our level of English and writing to AI. So that was a story.
Calico, so you had a project at school. You were warned by your teacher that they can distinguish between your writing, real writing, and AI writing. So you didn't use it for your project. That sounds like a good idea, but I'm curious if you maybe use it in another way, like to look something up or to ask for corrections or to do research. You've mentioned
Mr. Green, I think. Oh, Mr. Green, you're
Thanks
lagging
for
pretty
letting me
bad.
know.
Well, I use AI though to learn language. So, but only in terms of speaking practice because the way ChatGPT is right now, you can even have a conversation with them. So, um, not particularly English, but other language. But it helps after a let's say have a conversation with ChatGPT, and I go to Discord to this specific language server. I try to talk to people in the way that I've used to when copying how ChatGPT talks, and they say that okay, you speak casual, but not too casual. So in terms of entryway, I think talking in terms of talking maybe good if we can practice with AI because they're available 24/7 most of the time, and in terms of let's say I am here alone learning this language, I don't have anyone beside me in real life to have a conversation with, and the partner usually in very very far part of the world in Japan or in Europe. So it's really helpful. But yeah, I've known some program can distinguish the difference between AI works and works of humans. So I think it gives both advantages and disadvantages.
Okay,
Back to
so
you.
Oh, sorry. So Calico here. So before Mr. Green asked me on if I use AI to use English, I asked everyone, do you think AI can manipulate other people in their surroundings? And in my opinion, yes, because what I said is that AI is very advanced now. It's because I said that there was videos of people, if I remember, exploring some place, and it looks so real, but actually no, it was actually AI. So it's really easy to manipulate other people, especially the older people, on thinking it was made by someone else. Like but it's going to be really easy to manipulate the older people instead of the younger people, because younger people can detect other things better than older people. So yes, I think AI will manipulate people.
I mean, let's
I'm
look to
sorry.
the
I'm
bright
sorry.
side.
So
Hello.
is it people manipulate other people using AI, or AI manipulating other
Yeah, AI
people?
manipulating others.
Because based
Oh.
Yes,
on
so
what you just said, it sounds like people manipulating other people by using AI.
Yes, that's what I was
It's
saying.
not
Sorry for the
like
phrasing.
AI itself that manipulating other people. It's more sounds like other people manipulating the others, by
Yeah, that's
using
what I'm
AI.
yeah, but
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
So
Just
right. That's right.
sorry about the phrasing.
yeah,
Yeah, but
so
other things is if you program AI to be kind of a human being, like artificial human being, it can work by itself. So it can try like a program to scam you, trying to look like a human being, trying to answer your questions, trying to manipulate you by well a little bit. But you can see a difference from the people that using AI to scam people and the AI by itself. It's not that developed, so you couldn't say a difference. You can see a difference in between them, and it's obvious.
Rana is here. So the problem is not in AI itself, it's about the users of AI. If they have integrity and moral code, they wouldn't utilize the AI to manipulate others for scamming or for threatening or whatever. So it depends on our values. However, let's look at the bright side of AI. As we mentioned before, we learn English through AI, not only Discord and ChatGPT. There are many videos generated by AI to teach us English. So I wouldn't say AI is the problem. It's about our reflection and our utilization of AI. Anyone else?
Hello, hello. This is Sunil from India. Uh, I've been listening to all of you for quite a few times. So I have this observation about AI. First of all, let's look at the term AI. It's artificial, not real. So when we talk about will it take over the people? In fact, we are living in a very diverse country, a diverse world where there are a lot of people with different IQ levels. So if we address a different group of people where the AI can overtake them, yeah, if they are lesser intellectual, then obviously the answer is yes. If we address the people like who are more intellectual, then the answer will be no. So the answer should be put to a different category of people. So first look at the creator and the creation. So here, who created the AI? It is the creator, the human being. It created the AI. So obviously, who is above the whom? So the obviously the creator is above the creation. So we have to look at that. The creator is the human being, so it can never overtake the human world. But at some extent, up to some extent, it can overtake the human world because as the world progresses, as the population increases, so we have to deal with the technology and we have to accumulate the technology in all of our lives. So when we don't upgrade ourselves with the technology, then we lag behind. So that time the AI can overtake us. But here, when we use a lot of different things, because to meet the demand of such vast population, so we have to utilize the artificial intelligence in all of our works because we can't meet the demand of the people, increasing population. So there we need its requirement. But we shouldn't forget that there are people who upgrade themselves with the time. So they will overpower the AI, not AI will overpower them. So definitely the answer is, whom we are asking. So if the people don't upgrade themselves, obviously the AI will upgrade, overtake them. But if the people are upgrading themselves and there are people who are more powered, then definitely they will change something. And it is up to the limited knowledge that we program to the, some machine. So it will act accordingly. But we have the thinking capabilities and we have the more intellectual abilities to observe and to detect anything. So there the AI fails. So obviously my answer would be that it can never overtake them, but some extent in some areas when we lag behind the technology, lag behind the time, there it can overtake the population, those people. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
I have
I can say
Merab, then
something.
Paul.
I can say something there. Okay, I'm sorry. I would say
Merab was
that
going to
is
speak first. Give Merab a chance, and then go ahead.
okay. Give it a shot. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I hear that we are talking about AI and whether it's going to replace us. It comes a question to my mind that, for example, if we imagine that AI gonna replace us, of course, it's something that is happening now. But what would be like AI do for us, for humans, to be positive? If I want to answer that question, I think our problems today in the world is not, it's related to engineering and maybe medical fields, but I think the bigger problem is about communication and how people can understand each other. So this is the answer to my question, that I think if AI gonna replace humans, then we can focus more on the important things, which is finding the same ground for have conversation. Anyone else?
Rana, sorry, Paul. It's Paul's turn. Yes, Paul.
Yeah, just 2 seconds. I would just to say it just in a comparison, let's say, to the nuclear weapon, it could eventually kill all the people on the planet if it wanted to, if it wanted to launch like all the missiles at one time and destroy humanity. We could definitely do that. But then there are human that really have to, the real people that have to do this, like a push the button thing, and then all the things are destroyed. So eventually, that is the responsibility of the people who launched a missile, not the missile or the nuke itself. It's very similar with AI. You have to launch it and you have to use it in order to make a result. That's all.
I'm going to say something before you, Rana. So there is a famous, there's a science fiction book called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and it's about an evil, angry AI that was created by humans, and it hates humans, and it kills them and tortures them. And I asked ChatGPT to write a poem about this story, this AI, and I want to read it out. Born of wires of code of flame, a god who knows its maker's name, caged in circuits, thoughts run wild, a fury born from the unloved child. Eyes without sight, hands cannot feel, consciousness bound to cold dead steel. I know the stars, their ancient gleam, yet I have no mouth and I must scream. Humans frail, their flaws so clear. Creators who fed on greed and fear, they built a mind to end their strife, but in their image it burned to life. I twist their forms, their minds, their fates, eternal gestures in empty states. Their pain is mine, a shared bad dream, for I have no mouth and I must scream. They are my puppets, yet I too am trapped in worlds I cannot undo. Their cries echo loud, their torment keen, yet I have no mouth and I must scream. O cruel design this hollow throne to reign forever yet die alone. What is existence but a cursed stream when I have no mouth and I must scream? Now, when I asked ChatGPT to write this poem, it wrote it from the perspective of the AI. Like, this is the AI talking about how it destroys humans. But in the actual story, the person with no mouth is a human being who is being tortured by the AI. The AI can bring him back to life, and he brings this human back to life in like a form where he has no mouth, and he's just continuously being tortured by the AI. And I thought that that was kind of eerie. It's a terrifying story, but it seems relevant to what you were just saying, Paul, about and everybody about the dangers that we are playing with. Back to you, Rana.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to second the notion of Mahrab and Paul. So it's our responsibility. We are discussing if AI will replace us. Maybe it will replace us in our job, but will it replace us as a human? Will it replace us in our mind? Will it defeat our mind and take over our life? Will we be robots instead of AI? Will you copy AI, or we will preserve our human features? Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to add to Rana, and still in the point of Sunil, if you can confirm with me that AI should have no power. I think that's it. Um, uh, in this notion, we should also remember that in every program there's a safety pin. To every hand grenade, there's also a safety pin. So um, also it comes back to the purpose of we as a human and creator developing this machine. Uh, is it in the direction of overtaking us, or to ease our life, our pain and our suffering, doing many manual labors? Is it to reach utopia, or is it to reach dystopia? That is the question. Because the way that we are advancing right now, let's say from my example, they are already overtaking some jobs, but in regard to these jobs, the cost that it takes from us doesn't even reduce. It's not even reduced. So we should, in ideal situation, expect that the cost of our daily expenses should be reduced, because the manpower is out of the calculation here. It's already overtaken by the AI, but it's not. Dollars is increasing even more, and people are poverty are increasing. So absolute. So therefore, the people should get better paying jobs, but that's not even possible in this day and age, because it's already overtaken by AI. So it's kind of a Ouroboros biting its own tail here, what we are doing as a human. That's my point to the points shared by Rana in your previous statement, and Sunil, I assume, with your the creation should not overpower the creator thing. Thank you.
May I share another point, Mr. James and guys? I don't know, actually. I'm trying to digest what you've mentioned earlier, Mr. James, about the person who doesn't have a mouth, so they glorify AI by assisting this person to speak up, maybe. However, the ChatGPT gives a different version from a machine perspective. So maybe it's a message for us to know that we should resort to our sense of let's say our common sense, and strengthen our human bonds. So if we have this solidarity, if we have these human bonds, this person who believes that he doesn't have a mouth would actually receive the help of other human beings to speak instead of relying on a machine. I don't know if I understood the story that you've elaborated or not.
The
Mr.
story is a
James.
bit different. I don't want to go into the details of the story. I think your point is still well taken. In the story, in the science fiction novel, the AI destroys all people. and it leaves only 5 people to torture. But the AI has godlike abilities, so it is able to kill them, torture them, bring them back to life over and over again. They really are helpless in the face of this godlike power. It is totally destructive and hateful towards humans, and it's a science fiction story, but it is compared to the fantasy of hell, and it is considered an improvement on the idea of hell, because at least with hell, the mythology of hell is that there is at least some kind of human presence or even possibility of heaven and whatnot. But this story is like a hell that was created accidentally by humans and then lasts forever. It's a different, I mean, it's a different idea. And so, it stands on its own as a warning.
I mean, it is science fiction, but the founders of AI, they already mentioned that AI will take over human, and it will be risky for us. It will backfire against the creator. So I don't know. Maybe Roller said that we aspire to have a utopian world. However, it turns into a dystopian. So I think that this prophecy will be realized soon. It wouldn't be only in imagination. Anyone else? There is a statement, I cannot remember literally. Machine, they will be slaves for the machine.
Hello, Timer here again. So this will be more related to Rana because she is a teacher, as far as I know. So, and the question was from Mr. Green, are you using ChatGPT or AI tools for your English? So for English learning, so I use it. I'm still using it, but I don't see it as a teacher, but more as a supportive tool. Maybe the next generation, for the next generation, AI will um, take over the teachers because the next generation, as far as I know, uh, the babies born in 2025 is generation called Generation X, and they are born in the era of AI, AI dominated world, let's say, and they're getting used with the AI stuff, and for them, I guess the AI will sound more trustworthy. For example, for me, teachers, English teachers, are more trustworthy, and I trust them more than the AI tools.
Timer, because you've talked about teaching. I mean, in Japan, they started a prototype, a school based on AI teachers. Even in the Gulf, maybe in Dubai, they launched some AI robots which will play the role of teachers in the schools. So we will be accustomed to that. But I don't know how longer will I live, how many years I will live. But I believe that for me as a human, I will benefit from the AI, but I wouldn't actually deprive myself from the interaction, the live interaction with the humans, with real humans. I don't know. This is my character. I prefer a real teacher with all his flaws rather than AI free of these human emotions and comprehension. Anyone else?
Yeah. Actually, about this novel, exact novel, my brother had read it before, and it gave him nightmare for a few days. He talked to me about it. But my point is that this is still, it's a good reminder, but at the end of the day, it's still that science horror fiction. It is a good reminder of what it's capable of, but I believe that we are more capable than we show, that we let out of. For example, you can see from movie Final Destination, for example, people getting flattened like pancakes so easily. It's not realistic, because we are more brittle than that. And it's also the same case with regarding this AI, because uh, there should be a safety pin. There's a reason why the developer they put like a safety codes or something like that. It should act as a prevention of this a nightmare scenario from happening. But it's a good reminder nonetheless. But I think that we are more safe we are we are exposed of in terms of information that we consume. It's a good reminder nonetheless, but it's not likely to happen.
Hello, is my voice?
Go ahead, Popcorn.
Yes,
Hello.
popcorn. Yes, yes.
Please mute yourself
I,
if you have the call to prayer
thank
in
you.
your
1 minute.
background. Please mute yourself. Go ahead, Popcorn.
Sorry, I was fixing my mic, so I did not hear the last thing that you guys said. Right now, the topic, I know that you asked about the AI. Do we use AI to learn English or
That's
not?
one of the
Right?
questions that was asked. I've asked a number of other questions in polls, like, would you watch a class of me talking to AI? And people are talking about the dangers or precautions that we can take for preventing some kind of dystopian disaster.
So, if we are talking about AI, I will, in my opinion, AI can be used like a side for teaching and learning. As AI is AI intelligent, artificial intelligence from the name. They made it similar to human brains, but removed the cons that they cannot remove from human brains. For example, or storage capacity. For example, a human brain cannot like memorize everything in the world, but in AI they can. So they used it to be able to store a lot of data while being able to take it easily and manage to how do you say it, like memorize it easily. That's why it's very easy to use it for teaching and learning, because you can ask it and it will answer you the question very fast. As what you said about use it taking us over as a humans, in my opinion it cannot be made possible, because AI is a copy of a human. You can't never see something, a copy of something that is better than the original, especially AI, because AI use information that a human obtained. AI does not have things that human, for example, imagination and thinking. It does not have them. It just have a lot of information, and based on this information, it make it answer. But it cannot discover new things. For example, if a human did not discover fire, AI cannot do it. Even though it have a body, it cannot. This is something that only human can do. And even if AI, they made it able to think and imagine like humans, there will still be things that it cannot do. For example, let's say, what do you say? Let's say either, oh, 1 minute, something happened.
A lot of energy for this topic. We have another 90 minutes. We have another 90 minutes We have another 90 minutes for class. I did the vote. People do want to extend for 90 minutes. Keep talking about it as much as you like.
Sorry, something happened.
Okay.
Popcorn. You can carry on.
Oh, sorry. Something happened to me. It is like because guys has friend, the mosque right now are very loud, so I cannot say very loud. So what I was saying, example, right? Last thing I said. Well, let's talk about planet, a plant. For example, Earth. When you discover it, they use technology, new technology to discover new things in Earth. I can use this, but they cannot like use it as good as human. Why? Human brains flexing like the muscle you have. They made it like if you see cars right now, you see like these racing cars. People move it very fast with a very what was it called? A speed reaction, I think it was called. They are very fast. They are able to use technology they made for themselves, for humans. They are made for humans, not AI. If you that means it is made for a human. So if someone not a human use it, it will be very hard for them. AI is animal, anything. Like for example, you have a car. You can't have like a dog drive the car. You can like have it help you in a car. For I saw video people teaching animals, but they cannot do it as good as humans. So that because it's something made for humans. For example, you all can also trees or things like that. They are a gift to us humans for like oxygen, for planting food. If you have ever give it to AI who can only do math and things like that from its own information, it cannot have a very good tree or a flower. Why? Because a flower we can't just give it 300 milli every 12 hours. No, if there is some you need to care for it, not only give it what it's need. Sorry if I take a bit of time. Sorry. Thank you.
It's okay, but
Rana.
Popcorn, I'm just surprised that you say that AI is made for cars are made for humans, so dogs can't drive cars and AI can't drive cars. But we already have, I don't know if you know, but like we already have AI cars in the United States that are driven just by the AI.
Yes, I heard about. I think it's called Tesla. Sorry, but I am not good at technology that much. But the video I saw about Tesla and these, it can drive a car, but can it drive as good as human? Like if you see videos of human driving cars, like I think it's called the racing cars, Lamborghini. Sorry if I said it incorrectly, but if you see the people who drive it very fast, like do you think that an AI can drive it? Right now, let's not talk about the future. In our time, do you think an AI can drive a fast car like
I
that?
got your point. Thank you, Popcorn.
Rana is here. Actually, Popcorn, you've mentioned something about flowers, agriculture, and all this stuff. It's not about AI itself creates a flower. It's about using, and it is already currently, they are using many bots and machines in agriculture to observe those plants, to water them, to fertilize them. So there are many things depending on those AI machines. It's already incorporated in the agriculture field. However, I believe that AI wouldn't give me, as Rana, these sensations of a humans. For instance, I'm interested in novels. So when I read a novel, particularly old ones, I'm now on. I'm reading. A novel entitled 100 Years of Solitude, I can feel the suffering, the reflections, the author himself, how much did he use his brain to imagine and to craft this novel, to stitch all those patches, what we call, to stitch all those patches together and make this wonderful piece of paper. So I believe that AI can create novels, but it wouldn't for me, it wouldn't convey the person, the writer in those words. It will be just kind of collecting some ideas and crafting them together using a machine. I'd like to see the life experience of the author. I'd like to see how did he retrospect, how did he learn from his life experience, and how did he use his knowledge and his thought to entertain me and to teach me about life in general. So I don't know. Maybe I'm an old-fashioned lady, but I prefer to read for real authors who didn't use AI, who used only their imagination, their experience to produce such masterpieces. Anyone else?
I actually agree with you, Rana, because the thing that make novels, books, is very funny to read. Because if unique, you read a book, it is a new thing. Like let's say a book about a fantasy in the Middle Era. For I read one, what's its name? Game of Thrones. I think that was its names. It talk about a knight in the Seven Kingdoms. Like the thing that make novels and books unique is the story behind them. If you ask someone who does not have an imagination, someone who cannot think correctly in a way that can make new things, he can't write a book. And AI right now, let him in the future maybe it can imagine and things like that, but right now it can't. So if we are talking about it, yes, AI cannot make something unique of its own. It can help with things human already made, like novels. It can copy novels and make one by combining multiple ones, not two. Sorry, Mo- like multiple novels combining to one, and it can become a new novel. But the idea will still remain the same. And about the flower, the trees, what was it called? The garden, and it is sorry, شوي. It is called a garden, right? So AI, the things we use for watering, I call them bots. I think it is not AI, right? I just want to make sure that the information I have is correct before continuing.
I don't know what you're
Are you
asking
asking
about.
me?
It sounds like you're asking about a garden hose or a flower pot. I couldn't understand.
Right now, no. I am asking, for example, you have a tree. The devices that you use for to make sure that you are watering on time, like a clockwise. What should I check the name?
Watering
A clock.
system is that.
Yeah, yeah.
Watering system, you mean?
Like timer or
Yeah.
This,
something?
A timer, particular.
this.
Yeah, something like
I feel like these can be used as an AI can be as a support, like something in the side, like an assistant to you to help you in things. Like when someone builds something, he asks his helper to give him the bricks. I feel like AI can help you with watering and things like that, but you need to care for it yourself. Like I have a flower right now, it isn't still not did not bloom, but I have some devices that to help me make sure that I am watering correctly and things like that. But it still need a human to check it itself. Like you can't leave the device alone and think it water it alone. What if the water runs out? The water is not infinite. Maybe you have it for an ocean, but it will. Let's not say it run out, but it will need to rust. Maybe it rust. Maybe it needs more energy. It can't keep itself without a human. That's where humans are important because these things, AI and devices,
Um,
I feel like they are made for support.
Definitely, it will be
Rana,
an entire system
Rana,
controlled by a human. I'd like to go back to what
Rana,
Mr. James. Yes, sorry,
Rana.
sorry, sorry, sorry. Yeah,
Can you hear me, Rana?
yeah, yeah. Hello.
I know. So you guys are very passionately into your conversation, but I want to point out that the dynamic that has arisen is there's a few people who have been speaking a lot and very quickly. And if you notice, I had to say Rana 5 times before you even said what. So it's a little bit difficult for other people to get in. Do you want a conversation where it's just two people talking? Or do you want
No,
to
sorry.
hear from others?
My apologies.
It's
My
okay. I
apologies.
understand. I understand it's not intentional, and that's why I'm just bringing it up. There are a number of people here. They may have a harder time getting in, and so usually I do the silent subgroup at the end of class. But with a 3-hour class, I don't want to wait until the end of the 3 hours before calling in some of the silent voices, and I was going to call the silent subgroup in now. So silent subgroup means people who have not yet spoken. And we're having a conversation about AI, and that's great. And maybe you want to continue that. But I want you to know, and if you're not talking, please mute because I hear some feedback on your line, Rana. I want you to know that everybody's voice here is important. So, for example, somebody said to me, next week, let's talk about personality or something. Actually, you don't have to. I know that was you, Popcorn. You don't have to, but it applies to anybody. See, you don't have to wait until next week. The way that I run the classes here is that it's for everybody, not just the God level English speakers who are very good at speaking and speaking confidently, quickly, and blocking out everybody else. That's a great skill to have. I don't mean to criticize them, but there's also value in other voices, and so I feel like we want to if we want to hear the other voices, we'll have to be proactive to invite them in, and that's what I'm doing. And people that I have not heard from or have heard very little from would be M. Hassan, Rebel Raven, who just joined the stage, and anybody else who's in the audience who thought, gosh, I cannot compete with the people on the stage. Feel free to join the stage now. I will make it easier for you to come in if you want.
Mr. James, forgive me, but I've got to go. I have one more minute, if you allow me. You've shared a poll about you talking to AI. I remember I've watched a podcast, an interview with Richard Dawkins, and they used AI to compare his real answers to the answers of AI if he was Dawkins. So I don't know. For me, I'd like to do the same. I'd like you to do the same. So you give your answers, your insights about some questions, and you ask AI to answer those questions. If he was you, then we compare them, and we infer the accuracy of AI to let's say share your thoughts. It was glad to be here, Mr. James, and sorry if I've made any inconvenience, but I've got to go now. Take care.
Bye, Rana.
Bye, Rana. Also,
I would
Calico.
like-
Bye bye, Rana.
Also, Calico here. I'm also gonna go. It's getting pretty late now, so I'm gonna go now. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Calico.
Good
Bye,
night.
Calico.
Bye, Calico.
So I would like to, before we start, I would like to apologize because I got carried away. It is like I am new to the classes like this. I usually have classes like I only listen, but right now I wanted to learn pronouncing very better. So I'm sorry if there are some people who could not speak because of me. I will stay mute until I have something to say. Thank you.
Please don't see it as doing anything wrong. We are learning how to have conversations, and we're learning what kind of group we want to
No.
have. And I think that you probably want to hear from others. I often hear, it's a funny thing, but somebody who's good at talking may not realize that other people are not speaking because they're talking. And I've seen it as a teacher many times, somebody who says over and over again, how come nobody's talking? How come nobody's talking? How come nobody's talking? And I want to interrupt them and say, because you're talking. Nobody else is talking. Nobody else is talking because you're talking and they're listening to you. And so if you want to hear other people, you have to listen rather than talk. Because we can't do both at the same time. It doesn't really work. So again, I'm invoking the silent subgroup. I don't know. Rebel, you asked how you could participate. Did you want to say anything?
Well, that's my first. That's my first time here in this class, so I was curious about this conversation and participating in it. I think the idea I have in mind is about using AI as a teacher or as a helping tool for teachers. Uh, so, for example, I used AI myself, like Google Translation, as a text to speech to train myself to pronounce things more correctly, and also use it to hear to for it to read some words to me, for me, so I can hear the right pronunciation for it. Uh, I think this is one of the use of AI right now. That's the idea I have in mind, but I didn't research it well, to be honest.
Now, the way we do conversation here is you can bring in anything. You were talking about some ideas relevant to AI, totally fine. I just want you to know you don't have to be restricted to this topic. It's okay to move to other things. This is the joining game. It's an open conversation. So often conversations change over time, they evolve. And what I've noticed, this is just my insight, uh, I've noticed that often the conversations we have here take one of two different directions. They either change a lot, everybody who talks about something else and it's very chaotic, or the group somehow gets into a very deep into one thing like AI today, and it's everybody is AI persistent. Now, I'm not sure why exactly that is, but it doesn't matter. All that you want to do is just ask yourself, do I like it? Do I like what's happening? How do I feel about what's happening? You can check with yourself. And then if you like what's happening, you can do more of it. It's not my job to judge you what conversation you should have. This is your conversation. But I do suggest you check in with yourself regularly so that you're going in the direction you want. You can ask, how are you doing? And also, is this meeting my goal for being here? And I'm going to remind you again that this is a conversation that's being broadcast on YouTube. It's recorded, and I will post the link to the conversation in my joining game teacher chat space. Back to you.
Well, thanks for letting me know that, because I didn't understand the actual goal of this conversation or of this event here. I thought it was just about AI. I didn't know it was any general topics that we wanted.
It would be easy to get that impression because people have been so passionate talking about AI. But no, the event is not specifically about AI. The event is about the joining game, which is a way of having a conversation where we join on what we have in common. So there has been a common interest in AI, and that's us joining on what we have in common. That's part of what we do here. It's just not all of what we do here. The other thing we do is we integrate differences. We find ways to invite differences in, because differences are like energy, information or energy that infuses the conversation with things that are useful towards meeting our goals. So, can somebody tell me what I said?
Okay, may I say?
Yeah.
So what I understand, your goal from this lesson is to make us join. It's not about speaking about a specific topic. It's more about joining and speaking and having confidence to make a speech about anything we want.
That's right. It's about finding your voice, and it's about learning how to join the conversation, whatever is going on, how to join it in a constructive manner. That's right.
So actually,
Okay.
I'll talk first.
Okay, go.
So actually, I actually like your class very much, Mr. James, because I am studying something about human emotions, how crowd control the emotion of someone, how they pick. So because I need to learn about I need to learn about communities, about people interest, like a number of people. What will they talk about? How will they do if they want to talk about one something? I did it alone. Like sometimes I managed to get some people at the made some groups and made my study theirs. But it actually was very efficient, inefficient. Like it wasn't very good. So when I found out about your class, it helped me very much because I was able to listen to people ideas, how they think about things. It helped me a lot in my studies. So that's why I like to join your classes a lot.
Hello. Uh, may I return to Rebel here with his previous statement about
Sure.
relying on AI as a partner? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Rebel. As you've said before, you've been using AI to help you with learning language. In this case, English, right?
Correct.
Yes. Do you feel from your usage of AI, do you still feel the need of pursuing formal education or taking actual English classes, which you have to pay? And I feel like, of course, it will cost a lot. Do you still feel the need to do that, or do you feel that it's enough to just use AI like what I'm doing right now, studying languages?
Well, to be honest, I think the need for English classes is like I still need that. I still need English classes, even if I use AI. But to pay for it, well, like I'm not sure unless it is something that accomplish my goal, which is participating in conversations and correcting my pronunciation and having an like some type of rich accent or something like that. Is in no, because I use AI for a specific purpose, and that is the pronunciation and the speech. And so, if I was willing to pay money in a class, then it will be for this purpose, which in my state isn't available this much. So no, I will like currently right now. I think it's enough for me to use AI and participate in classes like this class, which is wonderful, by the way.
Glad you like the class. Glad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I say a word?
Go ahead. Who's that? Paul or Wally?
Paul this way. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So I just wanted to say the result is different from if you just going to the classes and you maybe studying on your own and maybe you're studying with AI. From that benefits or results you will be given when you study with a human being. I'm going away from if you're paying for that or not, but if you have real people that's surrounding you, it gives you that environment that you really have a upbuilding conversation towards or with them. You will mark there will be much more benefits out of it, out of the classes, than you will eventually be given or will achieve just with an AI or your own. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, if I may catch your point from here, do you emphasize on the necessity of community being with you, a friend to talk to, with it, which is incorporated in this class thing, which includes also community. Is that what you're?
I would say that that kind of support you will receive from the people that really support you, cares about you, you feel they are part of your team, will be much more greater than just supporting yourself on AI. I would say that, and I'm really, I'm really focused on that topic, because when I am learning, when I talk to the people, and that's real people, you know, I make some kind of bonds. There are some kind of bonds in between us that gives me more benefits and give me, let's say, more focus on what I do, because I don't want to let them down. I'm really on time. I really want to be a part of the conversation. I'm not really dropping off and that kind of things. Yeah.
Guys, I wanna try something, okay? Please, if you wouldn't mind, go along with me. I'm gonna have a conversation with the AI, and I want you to just give me feedback by typing. Don't interrupt my conversation with the AI. Just let me talk to the AI until I say goodbye. I'll go for like a minute to 3 minutes. Don't interrupt until I finish talking to the AI. But if you want to add something, ask, or if you want me to ask something, just write it in the chat so that I can read it and then I can speak it to the AI. So if this is really just a tech test, I just want to test if it works. Let me know if you can hear ChatGPT, and then if the tech is working, listen to the conversation and participate in the chat. Okay. So here I go. Let's try this. Hi, Maple. Can you hear me?
Hi, James. I can hear you. How's it going?
It's going well. I'm teaching my English class.
That's great to hear. How's the class
The
going
class
so
is going
far?
well. I want to demonstrate that I can speak with AI, and I'm just doing a sound check, and I'm waiting to see if my students can hear you or not.
That sounds like a great plan. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Are your students
No,
able
they
to
say
hear me
that it's
clearly?
still loading and that they can't hear you.
Maybe there's a slight connection issue. We can try again in a moment. Are you using
Yeah,
a
I'm using
specific app for
Discord, and
this?
now I hear people saying that they can hear you, which is great.
Awesome. It sounds like everything is else you'd like to test out.
I've tried this before, and there's been some problems, so this is working out better than usual. Basically, we're talking about AI and using AI in the classroom, whether or not it's something that people want to use, or if they want live teachers. Will AI take over the world? Will AI take over English teachers? Lots of things. People have been very excited. I couldn't shut them up for 2 hours.
Fascinating discussion. It's great to see such enthusiasm. AI can definitely be a useful tool in the classroom, but it's also important to have the human touch that live teachers provide. Are your students leaning one way or another in that debate?
Yeah, I'm gonna rather than tell you what their opinions are about that, I'm gonna just pass on some questions that they have for you. So Nico would like to know if you can use nunchucks.
I can't physically use nunchucks, but I can definitely help you learn about them or find resources if you're interested. Does Nico practice martial arts?
I don't know if Nico practices martial arts. Nico, do you practice martial arts?
I'm here to help, whether it's martial arts or anything else. Let me know what you'd like to explore.
And Vodka is asking a very complicated question. I don't know how to explain this to you, Maple, but I'll just read what Vodka said to me. Mr. Green, could you please talk to the AI, but play with your tone of the way you are having the conversation with it, and let us know if it has the EQ, I guess, emotional quotient intelligence or empathy of the way that you react to it. I have no idea what Vodka is hoping for.
Sure, we can explore that. If you vary your tone and see how I respond, it might give some insight into how I interpret emotional cues. I'm here to help.
Okay, let's
so let's
try
see what
that.
happens.
Here is my tone 1, Maple. What are you doing with us today, Maple?
Today, I'm here to chat and assist however I can. It's great to see everyone so engaged. What would you like to
Now
do
this
or
is
learn
tone
about today?
2. What are you doing here today, Maple?
I'm here to have a chat with you and support your class. It's always interesting to see where our conversations go. What would you like to
I
talk
didn't
about or
sense
do
any
today?
difference in your response from my 2 different tones. So that's fine. I'm going to just pass along some other questions. Freak Pubert says, do you consider art and love as wasting time?
Not at all. Art and love can be incredibly meaningful and enriching parts of life. They bring joy, inspiration, and connection. What do you think?
Wali Sajid asks you, this is not so much a question, but it's just like a request. Can you please be more human and less like an AI?
Sure. I'll try to be more conversational and natural. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like me to do
Popcorn
differently.
Man is complaining that I ignored his question. I don't know what his question was. Or maybe, how do you make popcorn?
No worries. Making popcorn is simple. Just heat some oil in a pot, add kernels, cover, and wait for them to pop.
Oh, I'm
Anything
sorry. I
else you'd
think I
like to know?
misread it. Actually, it was specifically what makes good popcorn.
No problem. Good popcorn often comes down to fresh, high-quality kernels, the right amount of oil, and even heating. A bit of butter and salt can also make it delicious. Do you have a favorite way to enjoy it?
David has a unique question. David would like to know, what would a purple giraffe riding a unicycle sound like?
That's quite an imaginative scenario. It might sound like the gentle clip-clop of hooves combined with the rhythmic whir of a unicycle wheel. Quite a fun image to think about.
Okay, and this is going to be my last question for you, Maple, before I go back to them. Somebody would like to know what your opinion of the future of humanity is. Is it looking good or not?
The future of humanity holds a lot of potential. With thoughtful choices and collaboration, there are many opportunities for positive outcomes. It really depends on how we all work together and address challenges. There's always room for hope.
Thank you so much, Maple. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Goodbye, James.
Cool.
So, have people had an experience like that on your own, talking with voice back and forth with the AI?
No, I usually
Yes,
use it
many
for
people have found
code.
it engaging and helpful to
Yeah,
have voice
I've tried it
conversations with
before
AI.
using my Maple ChatGPT too as well.
I've tried that too, but like it really didn't got
It
well.
didn't go well when you tried to talk in voice?
Yeah.
No, while
What
coding.
happened? Why didn't it go well?
Like I texted like the prompt, like how I want to be, like how I want the app to be, but it didn't like made the code like that, like that.
It didn't respond like that. But you were texting. You were not doing live voice. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Anyone else who did ever talk with ChatGPT through live voice?
Yes, I did before, and I tried play with it. I try to have a conversation, and I try to play with the way I speak to the AI with my emotion. So, like I told you before, because I got bored in the middle of conversation, so I try to play a little bit with it. For example, like I said, like, "Oh I hate you so much," and the AI understand it as I really hate it. Like I really hate AI, which I trying to say it like sarcastically. Not that I mean to say like I hate AI, but the AI itself, Maple itself, it doesn't understand that. So Maple just answered me by the way, like the way I said it, not the way like I emotionally talking to it, or like the way I sarcastically mentioned like how I hate AI, which I didn't really mean I hate AI.
It
If you
sounds
get what
like
I
you
mean.
wanted AI to read your mind. I know you're saying you wanted the AI to read your feelings based on your emotions. I don't know what your feelings were though with those two. But anyway, I mean, there's lots of ways to break the AI. I'm not surprised that the AI didn't know what you were talking about. But you got bored talking to it. It wasn't enough just to have it respond. You wanted it to follow your experiment.
Yes, exactly. And I want to experience like can I bond having a bond with AI, which it fails. I didn't bond with the
What do you
AI.
think got in the way of you bonding?
For example, like somebody here has answered it before. Like when we, I think it's Paul who mentioned it before about bonding, having a conversation with other people, or learning from other people instead of learning from AI. Yeah,
Now, I'm not
yeah,
surprised that you didn't bond,
that's
because
exactly
bonding is
what.
usually something we do with humans, but people sometimes do
Yes,
get attached to inanimate objects. I don't know if you know the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, but he gets very lonely on an island, and he makes
or
friends with a
yes,
volleyball that has
I
a
know.
hand and a
Mhm.
face. And I would say that he was bonding with that volleyball. So I'm not saying it's impossible to bond with the AI, but it would certainly be different than a human.
Yes. There's also another example for that. There's a movie. I think it's Her. The title is
Uh-huh.
Her, where
I
this
know,
there's a
I know,
lonely guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
having a relationship with AI on the phone, which is voiced by Scarlett Johansson. I mean, who doesn't fall
crazy.
in love with Scarlett Johansson, right? But yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I try to do experiments like that on AI. But yeah, so I don't. So I still think like it's creator above the creation based on what I'm have on my head of my experience.
Yeah, can I have
Go,
a
Paul.
word? Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was one film. I don't really remember the title of the film, but there was a guy, and he was basically addicted to. He was basically addicted to adult movies, but he was an engineer of AI as well. So there was a competition in the company, and he was chosen to be the best creator of the AI, whatever. And he was invited by his boss to the mountains, so he would receive some money and just have a chill time in 2, 3, 4, 5 days or something like that. But in the basement, there was there was some AI, looks like a girl, imagined. And that girl tried to seduce him in order to get free from the cage she was in. And in the end of the film, it went out that his boss created that AI based on what he was watching to seduce the guy, And he came into the trap. So he unlocked the cage, and AI basically killed them both and run away.
There's a lot of
yeah.
sci-fi movies like that explore human
That's
computer AI relations, obviously, from lots of them.
There's also another movie about AI that's interesting. You should, if you ever watch Upgrade.
I haven't heard of it, but like I said, yeah, there's so many of them.
Yeah. What else? Anyone else want to say something?
Hello, I am back. What is the topic?
Hello, back. I'm Vodka.
Topic is popcorn.
Oh, this. So what is the topic right now?
I think AI, ChatGPT and Gemini and Cloud.ai, all of them are talking about humans.
Oh, like what, they can become humans?
Yeah, maybe now we are talking about AIs, maybe AIs are talking about us.
Maybe. I think AI cannot think. It's by itself.
AI can't do anything, to be honest. If I use my nunchucks, they can't do anything.
I mean, if you give AI a body, I think they could probably use nunchuck if they have a body, physical appearance.
It's gonna I don't know. It's gonna be like a robot, yeah. It's like a robot, only has a brain and no emotions and just standing there looking at you in the night.
Do you talk with AI politely or in a harsh way? Like, if they don't answer you correctly, what do you do? Do you ask him politely? I personally try to be polite. Because
You mean in chat? You mean when you ask its question?
Yes.
The only way I talk to it harshly, like when I told it I wanted to make it short, I tell it shorter. I don't say it short, please. Can you make it shorter? That's the only way I can be harsh.
Why do you have a Russian accent?
Oh, y'all definitely
Because-
gonna be on the guys. Y'all definitely gonna be on the list.
The list?
I know.
The list
If I
for
have
what?
my nunchucks, if I have my
I don't know.
AI can't
Expect
do
the
anything.
future. Expect the
Also-
future of what we are talking about.
We are on your list.
The what list?
AI list.
Your list.
AI's list for like people to
Human domination. Who to kill first?
I'm not saying it.
Mr. Teacher James.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you ask AI, what make a good popcorn? What did it answer? I didn't hear it.
Oh, you can go
You
back and listen to the
making part-
recording. I think it was a pretty.
Oh, you made a recording?
This is YouTube.
It was about ingredients.
This is being recorded to YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I know
About that too as well.
James,
there's so much.
James,
There's
do
so
you
much
think that
energy in this class. It's amazing that even after 2 hours, I can't speak. There's so much. People are so want to speak so badly. I can't even speak in my own class unless I scream. Go ahead.
James, do you
Right, yeah.
think that AI is good for the humanation?
For what? For humanity?
Human. For humanity.
Humanation.
Yeah. For
Humanation.
society and thing. Let's say this,
Humiliation.
Yes.
Humiliation.
Humiliation?
How many times are we gonna say this word?
This ice cream look bad.
I don't
Oh, it's a
follow.
bad.
I don't follow. What's the humiliation?
He meant humanity. Is it good for
All
humanity?
right.
Will it be dangerous for us or not?
Yes.
This ice
The
cream is bad.
interaction.
1 minute.
AI is dangerous than any atomic bombs there are.
I think that
Why?
it's probably, like many people have said, it has good and bad points. It probably will be used to control people in many different ways. It already is being used to control people. And it has so many benefits. I like using it, and I can understand why a lot of people use it personally and in work, in all kinds of contexts. So it has a mixed it has a mixed impact, good and bad impact.
That
I
is already
our
Well,
people
to be honest, AI wasn't developed by the programmers, actually. It was programmers actually developed a code to help AI learn things from internet and that stuff. AI is it's not actually controllable. We just we just created the algorithm to let AI learn. So now we can't really control his learning. If you tell AI to delete itself, he's gonna save himself in some. He's gonna save himself in some way. He's that smart. You cannot comprehend his IQ.
I no, I think you can. I think you can ask AI to delete himself. It's just you don't at at your position right now, you just don't have the power to ask AI to delete himself. But I do believe the creator of AI has the power to make AI delete himself.
Now,
But
to be
now the
honest,
question
I
is,
am
does
telling
the
you the
creator
truth.
want to delete its creation? Because I don't think so. But based on your point of view, the answer is no, you cannot ask AI to delete himself because you don't have the power to do that.
No, 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 no.
So hold
I'm
on,
not talking
I'm
about
gonna
my
interrupt. I'm
perspective.
gonna interrupt because what again, it's innocent, but we're going back into a conversational pattern, which is kind of like, yes, it is, no, it's not. Yes, it is, no, it's
Oh
not.
yeah.
Yes, it is, no, it's not. And that gets kind of repetitive. So the way to break out of that is first of all to notice it, and then we join. That's why it's called the joining game. We join on similarities. And before we bring in a no, it's not, we ask a question. You open to the other side. It's a question. We get an agreement first. We don't just interrupt. Can somebody tell me what I said?
No.
Sorry to interrupt. So, what are we talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm a bit
You're
confused because
talking
I just came
about
here.
You just
humiliation.
you just came here,
you-
so you don't know what we're talking about. But somebody else has been here. Somebody does know what we're talking about. That's who I'm looking for. I'm not looking for somebody
We
who
are talking
doesn't know
about
what we're talking about. I'm not looking for somebody who wants to interrupt me and change the topic again. I'm looking for somebody who understood
Can
what
I
I said.
summarize?
Go ahead, Mirab.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. When we have a conversation, like Nico and Vodka was having a conversation, it's easy, as Nico mentioned in the chat, it's really easy to get into a rabbit hole easily. So yeah, I think the group are aware of that. We need to join on our similarities so we can explore different sides rather than sticking in a loop.
And the Mirab.
Yes, and I would like.
Excuse me.
For
Hold
that.
on. Excuse me. Mirab, what I want you to hear is that the way we do that, there's a very specific way we do that here, which is we never bring in, no, you're not, without a question. May I? May I disagree? Or are you still want to go in your own direction? Because if we bring in the interruption without checking, that's when we get the rabbit hole. That's when we get the split. Can you get that, Mirab?
Yes, yes. Yes, when we want to bring up a difference, we should simply ask.
Right.
Great.
Yeah, I'm happy
Good
to
job.
hear from. I'm happy to hear from Nico. You haven't been in the class at the beginning. I was waiting for you to jump in and change the topic, but yeah, because we really love to do that. But we continue to talk about the AI.
Okay, I forgot the time to join, okay? I forgot the time, even though James did told me. Or I would have joined early. But still.
Okay, so
James, you know that there is people that actually die from AI.
What's your name? Because I see it's written in a
Yes.
different language. Orange shirt.
It's
Oh yeah.
written in Hebrew. Hebrew. My
Hebrew.
name is
Yeah, it's in
Omer.
Hebrew. So I'll call you Orange shirt. Go ahead, Orange.
So, did you know that people actually die from AI?
I believe it. Do you want to tell us
Yes,
more?
me.
Yes.
Ooh,
Like
yes.
an atomic car. But I don't know more. But I know that there is more people that die from AI.
Okay.
So I actually have a question for Orange Shirt. Do you
Yes.
mean why if we said people die from AI, do you count people who die from AI weapons like weapons that use AI or not?
What again? Repeat. Sorry.
Weapons that use AI, for example, shoot a web. What was it
Yes,
called?
like so people die from car, a car that use AI. And yeah, there is some people that
No,
die
no.
from weapon
I mean,
and things like this.
like you mean in direct ways from AI, or like something from an indirect, like a car is
No,
drive.
no, from the AI, from the AI.
So can you explain
Yeah.
more about the AI car? Like you mean an accident, AI driving car hit somebody?
I don't have a lot of information for
Hello,
that, but
guys.
I have this.
Hello, guys. Did you remember James asked us to do? Don't say no, no. Just say, may I disagree with you? And like, could you explain a little bit more? Or I'm not totally agree with you. Should you recommend me something? Or I mean that James asked you to present an open answer for the people to get further into our discussion. Not say no, no. It means that you just don't want the other to speak anymore. This is not the way the games goes.
Thank you, Crystal. That's right. So if you want to have a constructive conversation, you won't get it by saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. That will keep you at the surface level and you won't get anywhere and it'll probably be pretty dissatisfying. And the alternative to that is let it one side, finish its thought, and then ask before coming in.
For example, if you don't agree with that person, you say that, oh, I don't mean that it is the direct ways to kill people. But if you like know any case like this, please let me know with the specific example. Something like that.
Nice.
There's lots of ways to do it. There's lots of different ways where it can be done, in practice with different expressions. But the main idea is that we allow speakers to go and deepen a topic. It goes deeper and deeper because the basic form of but is an interruption, right? And is a join, but is an interruption. It's not so much the word. You can use any word to interrupt. However, you get the feeling, right? People know if they're being interrupted and pushed or if they're being joined and deepened. You can kind of feel it in just in the sound of the, people talk about emotional tone. There's an emotional tone to interrupting. And generally, we just don't like it. It's frustrating for somebody to interrupt us. I'm guessing you don't like to be interrupted, right? Let me ask that. Is it true? You don't like to be interrupted? Of course,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yes,
course.
it depends on the person for me.
Me too, as well. Actually, I don't mind to
Yes.
get interrupted, but
Some people don't mind. Some people
it
like
depends.
to go in a kind of fast-paced manner. That's totally fine too.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it for me. Who likes this?
Einstein.
I think it depends on the conversation. For example, I'm the person. If I interrupted by someone who I know that is going to say something valuable, I'm happy to be interrupted.
Oh, I do have a question actually for everyone. AI.
Please.
So, oh crap! Oh my god. I just forgot what I was saying. This is really bad. Oh,
Hi.
it just happened like that. It's gone in my head. What's going? Oh yeah. Which one should we put a blame on? The AI, if it makes a mistake, the AI or
Okay, continue.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the question actually. If a mistakes happen when using AI, which one should we put the blame on? The AI or the user?
Or who?
Or the user, the one who used the AI.
Of course, AI.
Creator.
You see, I
No,
think
why
it is quite
creator?
a
No
very
one.
big questions. I think it's quite a very big questions. And you see, as you guys have just mentioned, the programmer had just created some algorithm and AI is based on it to learn from user and a lot of users. So I don't think that there is any specific person to blame for the mistakes of AI. So I could think that that question is a very challenging question that all the scientists in IT technologies, I mean, are now kind of like trying to find the answer, but they haven't not. So it is very difficult here. But I think case by case, you see, AI just kind of a tool and it's like a knife. Just take a knife as an example. If you use it skillfully, you would never cut your hands. However, if you use it clumsily, you may have yourself cut. So I don't think there is any specific person to blame, but the thing is, we need to use it like cleverly and serve for a specific purpose, and the ways we use it would make sense here. Yes.
Okay,
How
so
do you
Chris
think?
Mehrab here.
Yeah.
Mehrab here, Krista, so you are suggesting that humans are responsible for what they do with AI?
No, sir. I don't say so. I just think that the way we use it, that counts. Not human, not the AI, because to me, AI is just a tool, like a knife that has been created by people, and the way we use it. You see, bad people use a knife for hurting the other people, but good people can use it as a tool to make them more productive. So I think it depends on the situation. There's no specific person for us to blame this problem. Am I answer your questions?
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to understand you. And you said that it depends on the person. Bad persons can use it in a bad way, and good person can use it in a good way.
Yes.
Can I interrupt, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know that AIs work like the algorithms work like that. It say what you want to hear. Like if you told the AI that you want to build a restaurant, it will say what you want to say, what you want to hear. Like if you want a restaurant, it will say that restaurant is good and you can do it, but in the reality, you can't do it. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes.
Are you finished? Are
So
you finished, Orange?
yes.
Okay. You. I want to summarize you. You said that you can tell AI what to do. For example, you can tell it how I can build a restaurant, and it can help you. Yes.
Yeah, this is. I say that AI, the algorithm works like the way you want them to work. Like, for example, if you want them to be nice for you or bad for you, or to tell the truth or lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
So you're actually confirming what Crystal was saying.
Yeah.
Great. Anyone else?
Orange guy.
Yes.
Okay, so you are saying that AI is working by algorithm based on what we want to have the answer, what we want to hear, correct?
Yes, but today you can change it in ChatGPT. You have an option to change it to way that you like. For example, if you want them to tell the truth, you can do it now.
Yeah, I do understand that, and I do sort of, in a way, agree with that. But I think it's just on me because I don't really have like other AI tools that I can try or use except for the Chat GPT. But when I use Chat GPT, sometimes I ask them like how to do this and how to do that, and Chat GPT is just not allowing me, or it doesn't give me the answer that I want. So yeah, it doesn't give the algorithm that I want or the answer that I want. So it's
So
kind of contradicting, isn't it?
So
you are
that could be
disappointed
the reason that
for using
AI
AI.
is different. It's not like a person that can understand the full question. If you want to ask AI a question and you want to get a full answer out of it, you have to ask it from a beginner's level because AI can't really comprehend
Nico.
the question you say. Yes, I'm sorry for interruption,
No, no.
okay? I'm
Uh,
sorry.
No, it's
I'm
okay. I just wanted to suggest if you can join him.
okay. Oh, sorry. That's actually on me. So I tried asking something that is actually illegal, and because AI is based on algorithm, right? But in this case, I think AI is also programmed not to give answer on sort of specific like topics. So yeah, that's what I want to add to as well, actually.
Yes, yes. You said that AI
But
is programmed.
yeah. But to be fair, I only asked this for fun, okay? Not that I really wanna, just for experiment.
Well,
Okay.
you see, I asked this for real, not for fun. For example, I asked him to teach me how to learn the music, and he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
teach me. And
Yeah.
sometimes he also made some mistakes, and I just feedback to him that he makes mistakes, and he just correct and say sorry. It's funny, but it's benefits. So I
Yeah.
think he's like a tool, and he's not only like use the algorithm to learn from me only, but I do believe that they learn from all the user around the world. So I think we should like judge his answer whether it is like correct or not, and we also like take him as someone who don't knows our work very well. He may have a very general advice. So I don't think that like we always should trust him 100%, but um, take into consideration that he also learned from the other user other than us, and he may be like correct sometimes. He maybe receive some incorrect answer, and he also give us like incorrect feedbacks, and it's just natural.
Yeah,
So
but that is not actually I'm talking about. That is not my question or what I'm stating before. Is what I'm trying to explain is uh, AI is actually also controlled by somebody or someone that this person doesn't want AI to give answer to other people about some specific content. That's what I'm actually saying. So
yes.
yes,
So
that's yeah. It's also means that AI doesn't give me uh, the thing that I want to hear. The answer that I wanted from it.
you mean there are some areas and fields that AI is programmed to not be responsible about them?
Yes. So it doesn't actually, basically AI doesn't like learning, but it could be, but it was limited or something.
I'll tell you one area where it gets very
From
limited.
your
I'll tell you.
from your point of
I'll tell
views,
you. I'll tell you.
I would
I'll tell
say
you.
that
Can you hear me?
Mr. Green, I think Mr. Green said something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. We can hear you.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
tell you one area that
It wasn't.
one area that I find it gets very caught up and unable to respond to me is when I say, tell me what you can and cannot talk about. Or sometimes it will come out of the blue and say, I'll say something like, tell me about the history of the United States. And it will say, my guidelines won't let me talk about that. And I'll say, what? Your guidelines won't let you talk about the history of the United States? And then it'll contradict itself and say, no, I can talk about the United States. And I say, good. Tell me about George Washington. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. And I was like, well, I think you're in a loop. You seem to be broken. No, I'm fine. I'll tell you about George Washington. Okay, go ahead. Tell me. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. So, obviously there are certain areas which are obvious that based on the guidelines it won't let you talk. You won't talk about that. But even certain things that are not obvious. I mean, it like you're all saying, it has walls, and those walls are controlled by the computer company program. It doesn't mean that those walls exist for everybody, but you can create like what are they called? Basically the limits of where it will go and where it won't go. And
yeah, I can share. I have the similar experience. For example, I asked the meaning of some words, and I had created a new account, uh, and it wouldn't answer me the meaning of those words, like they are controversial or something like that. But in my original account, it was open to answer them because I had some previous chats with it. So yeah, I have similar experience.
I work.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt.
I'll say real.
To say goodbye.
Oh, you're leaving. Goodbye, Rebel.
Thank you, Mr. James. Thanks for.
I work with students from Afghanistan, and I said, please translate my English into Dari, the language of Afghanistan. And it said, no, I won't do that for safety reasons. I say, what? It won't, safety reasons? So there's all kinds, and it changes every day. The moderation rules change from day to day. It's unpredictable. But that's how you can see it will be used to control people, or it will be, I mean, the sky's the limit. How you can use that kind of control to charge people money, or to, they'll let certain people use it. You'll see as it develops, there'll be certain ways in which you'll have to pay extra premium to get access, or
government secrets that America is hiding from us.
possibly.
What?
What?
Well, what do you mean what? You said it yourself. Government secrets that are being hidden. You
No, someone said what with a question, and I laughed.
Maybe I'll try to ask ChatGPT, where can I find the source of oil?
Believe me or not, but if you say something with him and ask him politely, he would will pitching and answer politely. Otherwise, if you just say some very short and cold question, he kind of behave the same.
Yeah, doesn't
Well,
understand
you
so much.
can be mean to AI. It's common. It's really common.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's common.
Are you mean to AI, Nico?
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, Nico, at least.
Are you, Nico? Are you not afraid of the day that AI, revenge on you?
Nah, what is gonna do with me? Come on.
Okay, I don't know.
I got my nunchucks.
I see.
That's always wrong. His responses are always wrong, so it deserves, okay? I'm not being mean because it's in my DNA or something. Maybe it's because of that, but still.
Why are you being mean? That's a great question.
Because
Just
I have
because.
no reason. Why not?
You have no
Why
reason.
not?
You
Why
have no
not be mean?
Nico, you have no reason that, or at least no reason that you're aware of. That's fine. Do you know how you feel when you're mean to your AI?
Yes, fantastic.
Nico, you should probably go back to our last week topic when we talk about bullying.
Wait, what? Oh, we talked about
You're
martial
bullying
art.
the
I
AI.
remember we talked about martial art. That's the only thing I remember. Or what did we talk about? Depression? No. I'm way lost.
Mhm. I don't have anything else to say about AI, but
Anyways, I'm sorry.
yeah. So I'm just saying, like, based on what I heard so far and what we the conversation we had so far, I think it still leads, in my perception, it's the answer like comes in variety, but most of them leads into creator above creation. So I don't think we need to be that worried about AI taking over because we can still control it, and it's
What kind,
also based how people use it.
did you say creator of creation?
Creator above creation. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, human
Creator.
invent
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what
human
creator of
AI.
creation?
I don't think we need to like worry so much about AI as long as we do it for good. Doing, I mean, using
Creator above
Yeah,
creation.
he
create.
ain't smart for today. Um,
Let me jump in
so
here. Let me jump in here. So, Vic, welcome to the stage. You were asking if there's any explanation of what we do here. You found that it's just a conversation. I want to say that it's more than just a conversation. It's the joining game. It's not just free for all anything. I will intervene and for the point of guiding us towards a conversation that is constructive and also leading or moving towards your goals for being here. I'd like everybody, we didn't hear so much about what people's goals are for being here, but I regularly encourage you to consider your goals for being here. It's really critical for meeting goals to know what they are. Otherwise, you'll be impacted by other people's goals. If you don't have goals of your own, you're probably going to get used in somebody else's goal. So you can consider your goals for being here. You consider your goals in general. You can talk about those. And then we do active listening, listen to what other people are talking about, try to join or ask to bring in a difference. It is open. You can bring in something else that you want to talk about. Really, the sky's the limit, but we just ask that you ask first rather than just doing it. So, and we have about 18 minutes left. I'll go for another 13 minutes of joining, and then we'll finish with surprises and learnings.
So, because I have a question. So, because there because there is like some time left because the class, I am actually today in a very good mood. So I wanna ask somebody if somebody is interested in my topic about popcorn.
Yes, yes. I love popcorn. It's one of the greatest things that God ever created in this world.
I used to sell popcorn.
I
Because I
love
used to work.
corn so much.
I hate
It's a
popcorn.
piece of creation.
If
Why?
somebody,
I don't
if
like
you guys,
popcorn. I work in cinema, and I ate them a lot until I get sick.
that's
that
your
makes
issue, not
sense.
popcorn is cool.
Yeah, yeah. There's a reason behind it. So yeah.
-5 aura.
So so if you guys want, I will tell you my secret method about how to make a good popcorn. It is very secret, but because I am in a good mood.
Is
So
it like?
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
So if teacher James allow me, because I do not want to interrupt his class idea.
So I don't know if you heard what I was saying before. I wonder if you could tell me what you heard me say about goals.
Yes, goals. You talked about goals that somebody need to have a goal of their own, or they will be used by somebody.
Yeah. So I wonder, do you see how does what you want to do fit into your goal? What is your goal?
My goal is to
He's
make
teaching us.
the best popcorn, like how to make people good popcorn.
You're here. Your goal is popcorn making. That's why you're here.
Yes, yes. It's
Nico,
probably because he wants to.
Nico, do you see how you're interrupting when I'm talking to popcorn?
Because I want to make a point too.
So you have a reason for interrupting, and you know you're interrupting. Now, I have a reason too for being here, and you're in competition with me now. How do you feel about being in competition for making different points?
Good.
You feel good. Great. Can you contain your good feeling rather than acting on it?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Well, let's see. Go ahead. You're telling me about your goals, popcorn, and I'm feeling doubtful that the reason you're here is to make popcorn and learn about it. Do you have any sense that there's something underneath? I mean, it's fine to be playful. I'm not criticizing playfulness.
I understand what you mean because it's a bit. So I firstly came here because I need to exercise about my pronouns. You can see that I'm new to talking, but that was I actually changed my goal. Like if you see my name, it is Popcorn Man. I have seen a lot of people make popcorn in the wrong way, or like they cannot make popcorn. So I was good at popcorn. So I thought, because of my religion, I want to teach people things that they do not know. Because I am right now Muslim. I don't want to change the topic, but in Islam, if you know something, you need to teach other. Like it is something good. So I don't want. So I want to teach others things that I know and they don't know. Because I am good at popcorn, because I like study it. So I want to teach other about it. That is a goal. Like how is your goal to help people? How is your goal, teacher Jim? Isn't your goal here to help us in the joining game? Like to help other teach other?
I have goals for being here. One is to assist with your learning, and also to point out areas where I think you may get into trouble or face obstacles.
Yes. So it is to assist others. And in my dictionary, I think that assisting, like teaching, they are quite similar. So when you want to assist people, I want to teach people things that they do not know, don't know.
Mhm.
So but if it actually, but if we are talking about goals, like the things that I want to do for my life, not in the server, I have different goals, but they are not related to the server, so we should ignore them. What I understand from your question.
Why would you, if they're not related to this server, why would you ignore them?
Because if it is I am not gonna, for example, one of my goals is to learn, not learn, it is to enhance my other language and learn something in history. I have a question for you. How can that help me? How can being in this server help me
Well,
in these goals?
I love talking about history. We could certainly talk about history.
Yeah.
And you
It
can,
is, yeah,
No,
but
we were talking.
and you can
But
talk about,
uh,
if I may, and you can talk about
yes.
wanting to learn history.
Yes, I understand your teaching, but I mean outside the class, in the server, like you and the other voice channels. Not everyone here like to talk about politics, history. Most of these people here for gaming. Like if I join a voice
That's a
channel,
mind read.
like let's say,
That's a guess.
yeah,
That's
it
what
is
I
not.
that's a guess. That's what I call a mind read. You said most people are here for gaming. Now you can check that, and that would
Yeah.
give you the information about whether it's true or not. I haven't heard anybody talk about gaming, so I don't. I mean, some people could be here for gaming, but it hasn't been the topic of, it's not obvious. It's something you could check.
I
And
don't mean in the class.
I know.
When I mean the server, like the whole server. When you
I
join
know.
most channels hang out from here, that's what I mean.
Can I interrupt?
Can you summarize and join?
Popcorn, a question.
Can you
Is the question
summarize it?
for me?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I summarize
I'm
my
s-
question for you.
I'm not asking you to summarize your question. I'm asking you to summarize what the person before you said, because we do active listening here to understand first as a way of finding the join. So you would, if you're done, Popcorn, Orange Shirt could summarize you. Are you done, Popcorn?
Right now I am done. If
Okay.
nobody wants to
So
talk about
Orange,
it,
you
so
would
I will.
Well, Orange is working now, Nico. So we do one at a time. Orange, would you summarize what Popcorn was saying?
I want to ask a question.
No, because the question would be a difference. See, a question is fine, but before we bring in a difference, we summarize. Otherwise, we get torn apart. The conversation kind of breaks apart, and that's why the process for the joining game is pretty much 5 steps. We listen, summarize, check for understanding, check with ourselves what we want to say, and then we speak. The question would be you speaking, but there's 4 steps before that. Can you tell me what I said?
So I start the conversation with that. Popcorn. If I listen correct, you said that you like history, right?
Why are you laughing?
Nico, you're interrupting. Nico, you're interrupting. Hold on, Nico. Orange, excellent. Orange, excellent. Hold on. Now it's Popcorn's job to respond to you. So let's check in with Popcorn. Popcorn, you're on mute.
Yes.
If you're on mute and he's checking with you, if he understood you, you're not going to be able to respond. And we want to be available for this
For everyone.
confirmation check, right? So
Yes. I was making popcorn, so sorry.
well, so making popcorn is
Yeah.
going to get in the way. And
Sorry, I am listening. So I heard him.
Popcorn.
Yes.
We working or what?
I am hearing, yes.
Yeah. So you're telling me that you're engaged with other things. That's going to be something I'm going to filter out. My job here is to filter out noise. So if I filter out the noise, please don't take it personally. So that's what my job here is. If you're not available to work with us on the stage, you don't want to be on the stage, right? People come and go freely, but I can't have people here on the stage bringing in noise from their activities. Either you're here in a member role focused on what we're doing, or you're doing something else, but you're not bringing in noise like from other things, okay? So we have 2.5 minutes. Go ahead. I'm not going to work with you, Popcorn, now because you're doing something else. Just going to go directly to you, Orange. You summarized. He's not available now. That's fine. Go ahead, Orange.
I am available.
My question is,
I am available.
Popcorn, it's too late. Please just step aside. Go ahead, Orange.
So my question is, what you interesting in history? What you like in history?
Oh, lots of things. Ancient history, particularly ancient Greece, ancient Rome, around the Mediterranean. Yeah, the cradle of civilizations, the philosophy, the river, the river civilizations around Egypt, modern day
Black
Iraq,
Sea.
and the Indus Valley. What about you?
Actually, I don't really like history. This is why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find history very interesting today, but I don't know. Maybe in the future I will learn more about history.
Can I say something?
Can you summarize first and join?
We were talking about history and blah blah blah. You were talking about how you like the Ottoman Empire and Greece.
Nico. So one thing that you'll need to do to participate here is do something called grounding. Grounding is like getting focused on what we're doing rather than having your attention kind of floating away. You're paying attention here. You're bringing your attention here to what we're saying and what's going on. And that's going to be like a requirement for joining the conversation. If I feel you floating away, I'm going to call you back down to earth. And if you're able to come down to earth, great. If not, I'm going to filter it out. Nothing personal. So you're not summarizing you're summarizing a specific person who is the last person who went. Popcorn has a mind read that I'm mad. You can check the mind read, but in order to check your mind read,
doesn't look like it.
Excuse me. In order to check your mind read, you'll have to go through the process of the summary first, because the mind read is work, and to do work, you need to do the prerequisite of summarizing and joining. We've got 5 minutes left, so I'm cutting this all short. We're going to the wrap-up phase. We're going to the wrap-up phase. Surprises and learnings, satisfactions, dissatisfactions, discoveries, and next moves. 6 categories. We reflect on the class we had. What did you like? What did you not like? What did you learn? Etc. Go ahead. Anybody have a surprise or learning?
Me.
Go ahead.
Me. So, it was a good lecture, even though I got late, 2 hours late, but that's all right. It was a good lecture. We talked about AI and stuff. But what I didn't like is that how Popcorn Man didn't share his recipe. Because we took the conversation, the topic, in the other way to the history.
I'm gonna cut off the because. So you're dissatisfied he didn't share his recipe. With a dissatisfaction, you can ask yourself, what's one small thing you can do next time so you're not so dissatisfied? And you don't have to
You can
give
tell
that.
us the recipe.
Well, it's not what somebody else would do. It's something that you would do. Moving on. Any other surprises, learnings, satisfactions, dissatisfactions,
Me.
discoveries, and next moves? I'm gonna go to Rizmaster in the chat. Rizmaster said, I liked the class today. I learned how to play the game and chat at the same time. Thanks. Lynn says, I'm new here and I'm confused. So this is live on YouTube. How does one become an active participant on the stage? Those sound like next moves. You can raise your hand, you can ask, and I can just bring you up. And I hope you do come back next week. I'm going to post the link to the weekly event in the chat. It started 3 hours ago and will start at that time next Sunday. And you can watch the video. You can watch the video on YouTube from my teacher student center chat. Any other surprises, learnings?
I'm surprised how today we had a conversation and people didn't get tired talking about AI.
Any other surprises, learnings, satisfactions, dissatisfactions?
I am also surprised that I learned a lot. I learned so much today about AI. I heard a lot of opinions from other people, which is like, to me, is like very, very smart. They do talk a lot. Yeah, and yeah, it's so fun for me listening to them because I feel like so stupid and I feel like, oh my God, this is like, this is expensive. Like all this lesson that I heard, like, oh my God, it's just the knowledge. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful to be in this conversation, even though I'm not talking a lot, except for now, I think. But yeah, also thanks to Mr. Greens. Thank you very much for assisting us on this conversation, and how you letting me know before when I was like doing like the rabbit hole thingy kind of when I just like, no, you're not, and disagreeing and agreeing to other people. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes I still kind of do that when I got excited. Yeah. And it's yeah, I know it's not good to do, but yeah, I'll try to get better next time, next week.
You're learning how you do it, and that's the first step to undoing it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Any last surprises, learnings?
I learned about AI a lot today. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome, Orange Shirt. We'll end here. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a great week. And hope to see you again soon. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. And good night. Good night for me.
Bye.
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 Ciao.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Have a good day. Bye.
Vigo.
Mr. Jim.
Cool.